book can take you anywhere. Turn the pages and you'll be there. Come on, join us, you'll see. We're reading with Carylee.
Hi, friends, and welcome to another Read with Carylee. I am so glad that you're here to join us in our wonderful adventures in meeting new authors and reading new books. But before we do, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so that you don't miss another episode that may be coming by with another fabulous author. And today we have a returning guest from one of our previous seasons, Dr. Dawn Menge. And she is the author of the Queen Vernita series. But today we are going to read Dragon's Breath, one of the newest books in Dr. Dawn Menge's collection and her catalog. But hi, Dr. Dawn, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing really well. How are you? And thank you for having me again.
Yes, I am doing awesome. I'm so glad that you have come to return for us for another season and that you're writing more books. But could we remind our friends where you are reading to us from today?
I live in Southern California.
Oh, yes. So we've had a lot of authors on from California, and we just love being able to zoom across the country to meet up with some of our past authors and new authors that may be coming by. So, you have the new book, Dragon's Breath, and I'm not going to take up any more time. I'm going to turn it over to you, Dr. Dawn, so that you can read for us Dragon's Breath.
Okay, thank you. Once upon a time, King Teddy and Queen Giggles shared a magical life together, filled with love and adventure. They traveled far and wide within their kingdom, sharing this magical life and writing their tales to share with the school children of their kingdom. But sadly, it wasn't always so for them. For many years, they lived separately in different worlds. There was an evilness that surrounded their kingdom that kept them apart, and it filled their hearts with sadness. They both dreamed of one day being together and gaining their power back from the darkness that had entered their lives and kept them apart. Many years before, King Teddy had befriended an aging dragon. This dragon pretended to be good and caring, and she went around the kingdom of quails telling stories to the villagers, convincing them to follow her. She told them she had magical powers and would help them grow bigger and better crops. The villagers were filled with hope from the dragon's promises, and they all did what she said. King Teddy gave the dragon food and a nice cave to live in for all her help with his villagers. He wanted his people to be successful and to thrive. One day, King Teddy introduced the dragon to Queen Giggles. The king wanted the queen and the dragon to be friends, as they were both trying to help the villagers. Queen Giggles tried to be friends with the dragon, but the dragon was very mean and said, "I will never let the king know happiness unless he is with me." The dragon became angrier and angrier as she realized how much the king loved his queen. He was devoted to her, and this made the dragon feel left out. And she was afraid he would stop making her so important in the kingdom of quails. The dragon was not powerful enough to blow fire in her anger, but when she huffed and she puffed, big bellows of black smoke came out of her nostrils. Late at night, the dragon would huff and puff and blow smoke all over the kingdom of quails. In the daytime, the dragon would continue to tell her stories of hope and convince the villagers that she was there to help them through the smoke. The black smoke soon covered all the crops and flowers and cast a darkness around the kingdom that made the king, queen, and villagers very sad and hopeless. The flowers stopped blooming and the birds could not sing through the deep, dark smoke. King Teddy and Queen Giggles became so sad and hopeless that they lived in different parts of the kingdom of quails. They did not know what to do to make everything better. They did not know how to solve the mystery of the deep darkness that the smoke brought to the kingdom. One dark and sad night, the king was wandering around his kingdom, sick with worry for his once beautiful kingdom, and he missed his queen. He suddenly heard very strange noises coming from the field of crops. It was some sort of breathing, a strangled huffing and puffing. The king slowly and carefully followed the sound. He came upon the dragon, blowing her deep, dark smoke on the crops of food that the villagers were trying to grow. "It's you, dragon. You are the creature that is spreading the darkness on my once beautiful kingdom and preventing my villagers from thriving. How could you do this? I believed in you and I thought you were here to help my villagers, not hurt them. It makes me angry that you and Queen Giggles are so happy together. I'm never going to let that happen. I do not want you to be happy without me," the dragon said through the dark smoke. "It is not okay for you to hurt other people because you are angry. That is not how we treat each other in the kingdom of quails. You need to leave and never come back. You are vanquished from my kingdom forever," King Teddy demanded as he pointed for the dragon to leave. The dragon put her head down and her tail between her legs and plodded away from the kingdom. She was never heard from again. The kingdom of quails soon returned to its beautiful self. The flowers bloomed, the birds sang their melodies, crops grew and flourished, and the stars sparkled brightly each night. Queen Giggles and King Teddy could be seen walking hand in hand along the orange sand beach at night, after spending their days ruling their lands and living in their castle, all covered in red roses. The end.
With Carylee.
Well, that was a very interesting tale. I sometimes kind of maybe feel for the dragon a little bit, but really, to be trying to kill the crops and everything just because she was upset, that was not something that she should have done.
No, no, the book is on it's teaching kindness and not to hurt people when you're angry or upset or jealous.
Yes, absolutely. So we know that you're famous for writing the Queen Vernita tales. So what made this change to the Dragon's Breath? We don't see Queen Vernita in here.
No, Dragon's Breath is actually based on a real experience that I had. I had someone that became jealous and actually hurt me for several years, and to the point I had to sell my home. So out of that came Dragon's Breath, and it's based on the things that happened and the things that were said. And so it's being read all over the world, and it's helping a lot of children learn about kindness, and there's a lot of problem solving going on. And yes, there are a lot of people who think that the dragon, didn't really mean to hurt anybody, but I'm pretty sure she did.
Yeah. And and that's the beautiful thing about being an author. You get to take your pain and turn it into something wonderful that especially now children can learn about and learn how to be kind and how to not, take your anger out on other people, because she was jealous of two people, but she hurt an entire kingdom.
Yes. And that happens.
Yes, absolutely. So I know that you have so many things that that's going on with, especially Queen Vernita.
Yes.
tell us about some of the adventures that Queen Vernita is going on.
Well, I think since the last time that we spoke, I've had this one come out. This is based on a train ride we took from Williams, Arizona to the Grand Canyon. There was 19 of us, all of our families on the back.
Wow.
And then after that, it was snowing at the Grand Canyon. And then after that, we actually put our pajamas on and we went on the Polar Express.
Oh.
And it was really neat. They read the book. We had hot chocolate and cookies. And this is actually my grandson. He fell asleep in Santa's lap.
Oh.
This one is pre-K to first grade. And I just read it on Monday for a bedtime stories podcast in the UK.
Oh, so, that is amazing.
Yes. And then I published this one. This one is based on our camping trips to Halama Beach. It's in Central California. And it has camping and raccoons and ostriches and making s'mores and kite flying. And it's pre-K to first grade. And it's just a lot of fun. It's a great summer read to get you out and about and camping. And I think this one, I don't think I had this one out either when I spoke to you the last time.
Yeah.
This one is on Kona, Hawaii. It's based on volcanoes. It's 6th grade level. It's higher, but it has volcanoes and swimming with the sharks. And then it talks a little bit about disabilities. This little girl is Ireland and she has Rett syndrome. And so she's making leis. She's lacing the flowers for the leis for her classmates. So she's discussing with the Queen why her mom needs to help her. And this one is Connor. He was one of my students. It's Connor and his dad. And Connor had autism and he was nonverbal. And he's telling the Queen all about the Volcanic National Park, but he's also explaining to her about his communication device and why he uses it. And so if a child is reading this book, they're going to learn about volcanoes and sailing, but they're also going to learn a little bit about some disabilities. And if they see a child with autism, on the playground and they have a communication device, they're not going to think, oh, how come he gets to play games? How come he gets to have his iPad? No, they're going to understand this is what he's using to communicate. And then they will use that to communicate with that child.
Oh, that is awesome.
So, well, and I just got back from the film festival in Vegas in July. And the Queen Vernita series won the Special Recognition Champion Award from Conquering Disabilities with Film Festival. And Dragon's Breath won from the Miracle Makers. It won Best Book. And it also it was honorable mention in the Hollywood Dreams Film Festival.
Oh, that is awesome. Well, I am just so taken aback at how much you've been able to do in the past few months. And almost a year now. And I'm just so glad that you continue to write for children and you continue to include children with different abilities in your books so that we can all learn to live together and learn about, different children with different abilities. So thank you so much.
Oh, well, it's my pleasure.
Yes, absolutely. So do you have anything else that may be coming out with Queen Vernita?
Yes.
Are the wheels still turning?
I'm sorry, what?
Are the wheels still turning?
Oh, yes. I just finished a book on Tucson, Arizona. It's based on Hassie and Melinda, and it's going to go to the publisher this week. It's taken us 10 years to finish it.
Okay.
And I took a road trip to Wyoming to visit some friends that I've known since I was in the 5th grade. And we're going to write a book on Wyoming. And I think we're working on our 4th or 5th illustration. So hopefully it'll be out after Christmas maybe. And so, over the pandemic, because we were home, I published 5 books. So I tried to
Wow.
catch up on everything. And so now that we're back in class and I'm back to teaching, I'm going to slow down after I get done with the Wyoming one. But
Okay. Well, you know what? We may have to have you come to the East Coast so that you can write some books about the East Coast.
sounds good to me.
Yes, I'm here in Virginia. So, you know, come on down. So,
Okay.
Dr. Dawn, thank you again so much for being here with us. And thank you for all of the books that you write and all of the things that you do to be able to help children to understand others with disabilities and, you know, telling these stories about the different states in our country.
Well, it's a lot of fun to write, and I'm glad that people are enjoying my stories.
Yes, absolutely. Well, friends, it's time for us to come to an end to another adventure, but be sure to join us next week for another Read with Carylee and another amazing author that will be stopping by. So until then, make sure you grab a book and read. Thanks for watching another amazing episode of the Read with Carylee Show. We have amazing authors coming by every week. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below. You don't want to miss a thing.